Okay, shall we start with it? Suruchi ma'am, shall we
Yes,
start
ma'am.
now?
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
What orientation today?
Yes, of course.
Actually, it was not written. I thought that there is nothing today. We will only discuss. You have not written. You have not
Okay, it was already
everything you
there,
are
your
writing it.
name. Already it was
Okay,
written
okay,
your
okay.
name,
No
so I
problem.
didn't send.
It was today's. It was not there. So I thought कि maybe it is not nothing today. Namaskar teachers. Today we are going to discuss about the topic which is related to inside our earth. In this already, in last class we have already discussed about the basic, means the basic structure of our earth. So here we have discussed the basic layers which is present in our earth and means the crust, mantle and the core. So today we are going to discuss about not this. The topic of our is rock. And as you all know that in this we will discuss about first thing that what is rock and the other thing is how these rocks are categorized. Okay, so the first thing is here that what are the meaning of the rock. So as you all know that these all rocks contains the minerals. So the definition we can give this like any natural mass of the mineral matter that makes up the earth crust, that is to be known as the rock. And here also we have described into the two types. First is the permeable rock and the other one is the impermeable rock. So permeable rock, obviously this is a that a technical word here. So we can say that waterproof also and simple means the rock which is allow water to pass through them, that is known as a permeable rock, and the rock which is not allow the water to pass through them, that is impermeable rock. Okay, and in this picture also we can see that how this permeability can be happen. So here you have seen that the simple that is structure of the earth it is where the grass is, and this grass is that means the permeability is there. Permeability as the water can easily pass through there. Got it? Next thing is there means the surface in which nothing is passing, only the evaporation can happen. So this is the permeable and the impermeable rock. And the example we have of these rocks like the sandstone and the clay. Clay, so you all are very familiar and familiar about it. Yes, if we will apply clay on any of the place, the water will not easily pass through that. Next, we have uh, in this picture also you can see that how the means the rocks are porous and there are some pores and some are not. So you can understand the first picture there it means the very compressed form, so through which the water not easily cross. Not easily means not to pass. And next we have there are some pores, so means through that the water can slowly pass. And last one the water can easily pass through it. And obviously we will not have here any that material through which we can do this activity. So I'm having one link which I'll show you. So I think through that video you can understand the permeability of the rock. So wait a minute, I'll just show you here. Yes. Mm, I think the yes. So now you can see the
Science
permeability
class.
is
Today we'll be testing how permeable and impermeable certain materials are. Come closer.
We're going to be testing soil, which we think is going to be permeable.
Because of all the pores and gaps in it.
Yeah. Clay, which we think is probably going to be impermeable because there's no gaps. And gravel, which we think is going to be permeable.
These are our gaps, of course. So let's start by putting the water. It's already a fixed amount of water.
250 milliliters of water in soil.
Into the soil. So come closer.
Let's see.
Some of it's going to get absorbed.
As you can see, it's going through. It's going slowly through it, but
as you can see, it is permeable because it is going through it at a steady rate. It's already filled up the bottom of the jar. You can see the water on it is moving around. It means it's going into there.
and
So there you just see the jar is filling up a lot faster. Let's wait for it. A lot of it's gonna get absorbed
in
because
the gravel, I mean the soil. Alright, so
okay. So the next material. Fill it up. Stop.
that's it.
That's good.
Alright,
Okay.
the next
Another 250
material,
milliliter is clay, which we think is going to be impermeable because come closer again. It's obviously has no. It's all hard and stuff, and we had a hard time getting it into here. So here we go.
wow. Absolutely
This is the
no
clay in
water
which you
is
can see
getting
that the
through.
water not easily passes.
clay.
And there are some gravels.
But if a little
Gravels
drop got
in
to
the
the
next
sides.
activity we'll have the gravels in which the water can
Yeah.
easily in the flow
So-
rate will be.
Okay, clay is impermeable. We were right about that. And if gravel is impermeable, our hypothesis was right. And I'll do it over here. So.
Alright. And alright. Now we're gonna be testing gravel, which we think is gonna be permeable, because
Too much. And the final one, gravel, we think is going to be permeable. You just said that.
yeah.
Because it has, obviously, you can pick one up and just put it back down. It's just a whole bunch of loose stones.
I think a lot of it at once is gonna go through.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's going through. It's going faster than the dirt.
Oh my god.
The dirt's done. Dirt is done. Obviously, this is done, and this is about to be done.
It's going fast.
It's going fast.
You can see it like going through.
You can, Mom, look.
Pepper?
And it's almost done.
Cool.
And wait for it any second. And
That was really fast.
the fastest.
Clay still has none. Wow.
Okay.
Still has no water.
The dirt has obviously absorbed some of the water because it is soil. It does have nutrients inside, and it needs water to live.
And yeah.
And
So, the clay has no water that went through it. The gravel.
So now you can see here that in this picture that the means how
And
the
soil
where
both
the
have a lot.
pores are long more, so the water can easily comes, and where the pores are very less, so it is not easily means the water can easily pass through them. So this is the permeability test. We can do it in class also, but obviously we need the thing. But right now I know that the teachers are not having that all things, so that's why I'm showing you on the screen. And the next thing is that the same way which we have shown in that beaker, at the same way we have the picture. See that in this way the water is coming. You know the clay like in this the water is not coming directly over. Next thing we will on the basis of the formation of the rock. There are the three types of rocks. We have already categorized into the types. That is igneous, sedimentary, and the metamorphic. So igneous rocks are also further categorized into the two types, that is extrusive and the intrusive. So first of all, we will discuss about the igneous rock. So here you can see that the igneous rocks are also known as the primary rock and the this parent rock. So why we will consider this as the primary or the parent rock? So as you all know that the primary rock, that the parent rock, that means this is the first rock which is formed, and after that the other rocks are formed. So means this is the parent and the other rocks are the children of this. So that's why we are considering it as a parent or a primary rock. And these rocks means directly formed by the magma. When the magma cools down, then these rocks are formed. So second thing is there, see how these means the magma is formed inside our earth or on the surface. So first thing we will discuss that these are the igneous rocks, and igneous means a Latin word that means fire. So obviously it is formed like something which is related to fire. So you know that magma is the molten form of rocks, or the molten form of rocks due to the high temperature. So obviously high temperature is there. So these rocks are present in molten form and makes the that very hot in that case. And we have discussed here that these rocks are two categories: intrusive and extrusive. So you know that here it is the name only suggests here that intrusive we will talk about, which is means inside, and exclusive that means out and on the surface of the earth. So according to their name only, which suggested that intrusive igneous rock, that means in the rocks which are formed inside our earth, exclusive which are formed on the surface of the earth. And here are some pictures also given. Means when the rock or the magma, this molten form of rock, cool deep inside the earth, then the intrusive igneous rocks are formed. And same as that, when the rocks are cooling down on the surface of the earth, then it is known as extrusive igneous rock. But the term which we will change here, that is magma inside the earth, and lava we will use it on the surface of the earth. And as you know that the temperature on the surface as comparatively to inside the earth is less. So you can see the picture also that the rocks which are formed on the surface of the earth, these are of fine grain. This is the picture. And the rocks which are formed inside the earth, these are of larger grains. Larger grains, you can see this in the picture only, that how these are forming. The fine grains are here, and here it is the larger grains. Same example we can take of when if you are, this is summer time, so you know that you people are obviously making custard at home. So when you will pour the custard means into the that hot milk, then what happens? There are the lumps in the that milk. But if you will do the same thing in with the cold milk, and then that cold milk you will pour, so there are no lumps. So same as that, when the temperature inside our earth that is more, so obviously it will take time, and take time to larger grains means same the lumps are there. And when it on the surface, so you know the surface temperature comparatively is less. So here the fine grains are there. And why the inside our earth the temperature is more? So we have already discussed in the last class that inside are the temperature means from on the surface to inside our earth, when we are moving 1 degree temperature increases every 32 meters. So obviously this happens in means inside or the first this layer. Next we will move on to the next sedimentary rock. This is the second type of a rock. Second time, the sedimentary word is also comes from the Latin word that means settle down. In this, the word is sedimentum. Sedimentar, that means settle down. So what happened in this rock when the igneous rock are means formed through the erosion and the that deposition. So erosion and deposition, these are two key features you will learn in this, see how these rocks are formed. And igneous rocks, magma and lava, and only cooling down. And here it is, we are using the two key features, that is erosion and deposition. So what happened, as the word suggests here, sedimental, settle down. So obviously these rocks are formed when they are settling down. So how it happens? So in the pictures also you have seen here there are number of layers. So these means that this is a pile of one layer, two layer, three layer, four layer, and then pile together and form the rock. So what happened in this? That the rock means the other rock which is through the wind also, water also, means some agents are there through which these rocks are broken down. And when these rocks are broken down, so these are to be known as the sediments. And what happens when these sediments means eroded and deposit? Obviously, if it is eroded, so somewhere they will go and deposit it also. So when they were deposited at some place, so these are to be known as the that deposited. So not in one day it happened. Obviously, it will take means many years for this. So piled up together means one layer, two layer, three layer, four layer, and many more are there. So when they piled up together, so these are formed the sedimentary rocks. And obviously, if they are eroded by the wind, water, and many other things, agents are there. So what happens? That not only the rocks on sediments they will keep with it, many other things are also eroded and deposited with it. So we can say these rocks are also have fossils. So if we will ask which rock contains fossils, so obviously sedimentary rocks are there which contains fossils, because these are formed by the that these are formed by the that settle down of means sediment. These are formed through the that erosion and deposition. So obviously these things are contains the fossils also. And here are some example you can see here, that the sandstone, limestones, and the sand that shell it is given of the sedimentary rock. And after that, the last rock we have, that is the metamorphic rock. And these metamorphic means it's a Greek word. Earlier we are using the Latin word, and here we are using the Greek word. And now it is in your minds and by the Greek and Latin. So you know that the English is means these Greek and the Latin word only gave birth to the English. So English is formed by these words. So we are using the Greek and Latin words here. So Greek, what is that? That means metamorphosis, which means changing form. Means the original form we are changing and converted into the different. And obviously, if it is rock, so this happen under a pressure or the temperature only. So what happens when the other rocks, means the sedimentary rocks can be there, it that igneous rocks can be there. When these rocks change their original form under the great heat and pressure. So what happened? A different objects made, and these things are to be the metamorphic rock. So in this, only the two key features which you will learn under the great heat and pressure. So three rocks we have discussed here. First rock, magma and lava is the key feature for that, cooling down of it. Second rock, erosion and deposition. Through the erosion and deposition we have discussed. And the third, metamorphic rock, which is based on the that this means the under the great heat and the pressure. So under great heat and pressure, this converted and means change their original form and convert into the different form. Okay, and here are some example the which is very easy, that sandstone, shale, and the limestone. This means that the original form is changed and converted into the different. And you know that rock cycle is not we can say it's a never ending process. Why? Because these rocks again converted into the I mean the pressure and all, and the magma and lava, and then after again this cycle will move on. So this we can say this is not a that a never ending process. And here is some video I will show you. Through this you can easily understand it. So wait. So these are the rocks which we have discussed today. Means the different according to the formation of the.
Monster Math presents Counting to 10. Okay.
Yes, I think now it is on your screen, so you can see it. Is this audible to you all?